Dear children, welcome to eLESSONS Trikkottur. Let us deal with the first lesson of the 6th standard. As you all know, it is a very interesting chapter. It's a very interesting lesson written by Keshavan Sankaran Pillai. He is popularly known as Shankar. He is the great Indian cartoonist, and he has bagged up so many awards: Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, etc. These are the awards that an Indian writer can capture at the top. Anyway, shall we deal with the first lesson, Reign of Love? As I told you, that it's a very interesting lesson. Let me ask one thing. I think that you all are live with your father and mother. Am I correct? Somebody may be living with their grandfather and also grandmother. Do you have a very big house or a small house? Somebody may be living in a very big house with a small family. On the other hand, somebody may be living with a big family with a small house, in a small house. Whatever it may be, how does your family life go? That's my question. It's very interesting. Is it very enthusiastic, very enjoyable, very happy? I think that all are living very happily with your father, mother, grandmother, and grandfather. Here, we have a child. In this lesson, we have a child. His name is Raja. But actually, his name is not Raja, something else. But his father, his grandfather, his grandmother called him Raja as a pet name. I think that you are also having some pet names in your house and some other names in the school and some other names with your friends. Whatever it may be, let it be there. Here, Raja, that is his name. He lives very happily. As you all live, Raja had his father, his mother. But unfortunately, Raja's mother died in his very young ages. After some years, his father also left him and went away somewhere else. So, Raja became not alone. Raja became alone with his grandfather and grandmother. But he's very happy because he lives in a very big house with a small family. There are only 4 members. That is Raja himself, his grandpa and grandma and an uncle. That much. The interesting thing is that his grandma loved him very much. And so, every time his grandma goes behind him and tells him or asks him, Raja, come on here and drink this milk. Raja, come, let's go for bath. Raja, come, let's wear the dress. And every time, his grandma will be just behind him. Likewise, his grandfather also, he was very loving. Beyond that, Grandpa was a very respectable person in the society. If anybody sees him, they say, "Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir." That was Grandpa's position in the society. Anyway, this Grandpa is the most loving friend of Raja. One day, when Raja and Grandpa was walking in the fields, that means he has a lot of field, there was a mango tree. And in the last night, there was a very heavy rain. And so, water was there on the leaves of the mango tree. Raja put a trick. Raja is not a mischievous boy. He's a very good boy. But what he did was, when Grandpa and Raja reached under the tree, he shook the tree and all the water drops fell on the head of his grandpa. And his grandpa and himself soaked with water. Just think of this condition to yourself. While you and your grandpa were walking under the tree, if you shook the mango tree and all the water drops fall on your dress, how will your grandpa react? You think over it. Will your grandpa scold you? Or will your grandpa hug you? Or laugh? Just think of that. But here, Raja's grandpa became very, very angry. He shouted himself and he ran again to catch Raja. Raja ran away. Grandpa ran behind him, chased him to catch him. But Raja is a small boy of just your age, and his grandpa was a great old man. How can he run behind him? Anyway, Raja vanished. Grandpa searched for him, but Grandpa did not see Raja. He has gone somewhere else. Now, will Grandpa be happy? No. He was very sad. Dear children, I have told you this thing to make you understand that how was their rapport, how was their relationship, their friendship, just like that. Okay, let the story will be there. You can read it in the textbook. I shall make you read it. But before that, just come to your part. You think of your father, your mother. Do you have grandpa or grandma? Do you have great grandpa and great grandma? So let me ask, how does your family tree go? Here in this lesson, you have a task to draw a family tree. For example, let me show you something. Here, see, I am a child and I am Avani. I have father and mother. My father is, for example, Girish. My mother is Dudu. My mother. My father. Okay? Mother, father. Now you ask your father, Father, who are your parents? That is your my grandpa. You ask your father, Father, who is your father? Then he will tell you his name. Then you can write. For example, Gopalan, and my grandma. Maybe Lakshmi. Again come to mother. You ask your mother, Mother, who are your father and who are your parents? Then you can write my grandma and grandpa. And again, you can go like this. My great-great-parents, great-grandparents. This is a task for you. You do one thing, you go to home, and actually you are in the home, you take a piece of paper or a notebook and draw the family tree of yours and write, my family tree. So this one helps you, your family setup. How loving were your grandparents? How loving were your father and mother? Just like that. This is a task for you. And again, come to your textbook. I have told that Raja's story. Raja's grandfather was soaked with the rainwater. Here, you can see in the first lesson, here you have a family tree in the first page. Then again, you go to life with the grandfather. As I told you that, Raja's father has gone away. Now he is living somewhere else. Raja does not know where he is. His mother is no more. Look, Raja is living with his grandfather, grandmother and uncle. There are only 4 members. Here, Raja's family setup. It is written here. You can go through very easily in the textbook. Everybody called me Raja. It is not my real name, but I liked being called Raja. I lived with my grandfather and grandmother. They were my guardians. My mother died when I was young. My father left me with my grandparents who brought me up. That is the first paragraph. You read very carefully, and I shall give you some questions. Questions means some work to do. Look. Well, children, these are the bits. Don't think that these are the questions. These are only the bits that help you in reading. You can read the passages, that is life with the grandfather, and also making a shower. These are the 2 topics that I am giving you for reading. It's very simple and easy to read, but a very interesting story. I did not tell you the full story. Now sit down and read very nicely and very enthusiastically these 2 parts. After reading, come to these questions. These are the questions. How do you feel when somebody insists you to do any work? I'm sure that your father or mother will insist you to do something. Avani, come on here, get me a glass of water. That's only a simple task. Otherwise, go to the market and fetch me or collect me some condiments for the kitchen. These are all the tasks that your father or mother gives you. So if somebody insists you to tell you some task, how will be your feelings? That is the first one. You write your own English. Don't worry about that. If you go wrong, nothing to worry, we can edit it. Don't think about mistakes. Mistakes are human and to forgive is divine. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now come to 2. List out the things at Raja's house, both inside and outside. There are so many things. It is directly given in the textbook. You can list it out. You can make 2 columns, inside the house and outside the house. You can make it. Very easy. 3. What are the most enjoyable things that Raja has in his house? Things, what I do mean is the living creatures. There are so many squirrels are there, mongooses are there, birds are there, so many living creatures are there. These are all the things that Raja play with. So you go through the passage and you get it. 4. Who do you play with at home? Actually, you play with your brother or sister in your house, or father or mother, but Raja has no father and mother in his house. Leave of Raja's case. Who do you play with your house? That's question number 5. What was the reaction of Grandpa when he was soaked in the water? You think yourself. And while shaking this mango tree, all the waterfalls, water drops fall on the dress of Grandpa. What would be the reaction of Grandpa? What will Grandpa say? Will he be angry or will he be happy? If he is happy, how will be his reaction? Then come question number 6. As I told you that the Raja has flown away. Grandpa could not catch Raja, and he has flown and hid somewhere else. You go to the textbook and find out where actually Raja hid. Nobody could see him. Now last question. It is quite natural that if Raja has missed, Grandpa and Grandma will be very much worried. They won't be happy. They will be very sad. In this condition, if you come to Raja's house, how can you console Raja's grandmother? What will you say to Raja's grandmother? That is the last task. So, well children, once again, I appeal you that sit down in a calm and quiet atmosphere, go through the 2 parts of the lesson and find out, not the answers, the solutions for this task. These questions have answers, but these are not questions. These are only the bits that you have to work. Thank you very much. Wish you all a happy day.